Okay. Okay, so review the expectations. We are now at level what? 0. Out. Unless I ask you. Sometimes I say we're all going to whisper shout. That's totally fine. Okay, so today we are doing area and perimeter part 9.15. I can solve area and perimeter problems with, this is a weird word. Let's tune this word here. Rectilinear. Rectilinear figures. That's kind of a weird word. Does this word rect remind you of a shape? Oh! Ellen. Reminds you of a rectangle. So when we're talking about rectilinear figures, we're talking about figures that can kind of resemble rectangles. So we've talked about area and perimeter with squares and regular rectangles. But what do you do if you have a shape that's kind of like this? And it's not an exact rectangle. Can we still figure out that area or perimeter? We can. Okay, yes, George.
I think I know how you're going to do it.
Okay, okay, hold on to that thought. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Okay, speed round now. I don't want you to solve this exactly. Notice the directions. Estimate. You guys remember what estimate is?
Yes.
Okay, don't say it. Write it in your book. You're estimating the answer. What do you think it might be based on those numbers? Righty. Put that down right now for now. We can finish that later. And look on your, follow along with the math book, okay? Thank you. Give you about 10 more seconds, and then we'll see what you came up with. And I will also, while you're doing that, some of you guys, when you've been taking your tests, would try to figure this out exactly, and then you'd look at your answers and you're like, wait a minute, the answer's not there. It's because you forgot to read the word estimate, which means you're getting as close, you're kind of guessing and getting close to the answer, but not the exact answer. All right, Daryl, come and join us now. Thank you. Okay, go ahead and show me what you have. Yes, that's correct. Close. I see where you're thinking with that. Unless I'm missing a digit. No, you're missing a digit in the very beginning. You're very close though. No? What do you got? What, no, you're close to. You did the same as L. No, that's backwards. Okay. Remember, you're estimating, so you don't want it exactly. Okay, let me show you. Let's look at 8 times 2. What if we, 210 is close to which number? Serena?
600?
I know, I said, don't solve it. Look at 10. Can we get rid of the 10 and just make it 200? Okay, so 8 times 2 is what, Nicole?
16.
16. And then we would add how many zeros? 2. 2. 1, 2, and put in our comma. So 8 times 210 is approximately 1,600. So if you got that, give yourself a big star. If you didn't, circle it like, oh yeah, I need to work on that. All right, next one. This is one of the ones we missed on our last benchmark. So really tune into this.
I got it.
Good job.
You said I didn't.
No, I didn't look at yours. I was looking at some of these other ones. You might have heard me. All right, which decimal, so we're looking at decimals here, is represented by the shaded area of the model. Okay, so I'm going to look at these and count them. And we need about 10 seconds. Is it 0.006, 0.06, 0.6, or just 6? Write what you think it is. Okay, 10, 9, 8.
Some of these questions can be really confused by.
0. Show me what you got. What did you write?
I put B.
Let me go back and check yours. Where's your answer? Oh, I see. Gotcha. Good. Or tell me your answer because I can't see it. very close. You're opposite. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shaded squares. How many is the total here? What is this? 100. 6 out of 100, which would be the fraction. To write that in a decimal, the 6 has to be in the hundredths place. So it's 0.06.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
You ready for it back to be quiet? Thank you. Which statement is true? So whenever you see that, you have to look at all of them carefully. So we have 3/5 is less than 8/12.
Yes.
You know, I'm hearing background chatter. It needs to be zeros. 1/3 is greater than 3/6. Okay, think about that. What do you think? Yes or no? It's up to you. Just think it. Keep it in your brain. 2/3 is greater than 4/5. Or 8/12 is greater than 5/6. Okay, while you're working it out, I'm going to go ahead and give you a clue. One of the easiest way to figure out for sure, some of them are really close. Like, look at 2/3 and 4/5. That's a lot. If I have a pizza and I eat 2/3, I've eaten almost the whole pizza. If I have a pizza and I've eaten 4 out of 5 pieces, that's also almost the whole pizza. Bigger? There's a couple different things you could do. What could you do, Nicole? You could. You could try to find the common denominator. So 3 and 5. They are both factors of what number? Sophia? 2? Not 2. What number can 3 and 5 both go into, Mackenzie? 15. Point for Gryffindor. So in order to do that, I have to times this side by 5. And this side I'm going to multiply by 3. Which equals 12/15. And this one equals 10/15. So is this one true?
No.
Is 10/15 greater than 12/15?
No.
No. So we can mark this one off. Let's look at 1/3 and 3/6. Let's find the common denominator. Can 3 multiply by something to get to 6? Parker. Yes. Do I have to multiply both of these?
No.
No, because 6 is already there. So let's multiply this one by 2. Which equals 6. Oh, there's our common denominator, 6 and 6. And then 1 times 2 is 2. So 2/6. Is 2/6 greater than 3/6?
No.
No, not. Okay, we have 2 more. How more?
It's the very last one.
How
I
do
did
you
it
know?
by drawing a line.
Drawing a model. Okay.
And
Okay, I want to see you guys do your own. Write these problems and try to find the greatest denominator. You have to multiply. What do you multiply these by? What do you multiply these by? I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Go ahead. Find the common denominator. Let's see what you got. Yes, Elmore. Go ahead. Oh, practice this. You can practice this. Not yet. No. Go ahead. You need to follow directions. Start by writing the fractions. Figure out what you need to do to get the common denominator. To get the bottom number to. You have to multiply them both by something. Write the problems. Oh, you didn't want. But go ahead and write it. I want you to practice writing common denominator. This is a good way to do it. But let's practice doing common denominator.
Oh, I see.
How do we find the common denominator? Try to go ahead and write the problems. Let me see. Keep it open. Don't close it. Give it all the way open flat. You did not. Write the problems. Okay, 5 and 12. You keep working on it. What are 5 and 12 factors? Preston.
6.
Close, not 6. Put a 0 at the end of that. What do you got?
60.
16. Okay. So 5 times 12, I've divided this by 12. And this one has to times by 5. 5 times 12 is 60. That's our denominator. 3 times 12 is what? Sophia?
3 times 12 is 36.
36. And 8 times 5 is what, George? 40. Is 36 less than 40?
Yes.
Yes. Do you see how it was the first one? Okay. So the thing with the models is when you get to 12 and 6, it's really difficult. So let's go ahead and try that. Okay. Let's divide this candy bar into 12 pieces. So halfway is about 6, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so if I have 8 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up to this point, and it's more than half. The halfway point was 6, right? So I'm going to write this as the halfway point. Let's look at 5/6. Okay, so I have 6 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 5 out of 6 of them is like this. Which one is greater? This one is great, 5 over 6. It's tricky with the models because you kind of got to get the spacing just right. That's why the surest way to find out is to do the common denominator. Do you guys understand how to find those common denominators?
Yes.
Anyone so confused?
No.
Okay. Riley, what's your question? I erased it. Okay. What is the area of a piece of wood that is 14 feet by 12 feet? Okay, I want you guys to access prior knowledge. What do you remember about area? Use your books. See if you can solve this problem. Okay, I'll give you 60 seconds. Hurry, yeah, you need to order and then come back and solve the problem. Okay. Yeah, you definitely have to lock it up. Okay, what is the area? Do you remember area? Do you know area? What is area? Right? 8 times. You can look at your book. Did you remember the book? What's 9 times what? Open it up to where you took notes on area. If you forgot what area is, look at your notes. You should be starting to solve your problem. You should be writing. I should see everyone writing something. Yep, you got it. Yes. Well, you got the right, I don't know if the answer is actually correct. You have the right idea of what you're supposed to do. So we'll work through it and you can check and see if you have the right answer. Okay, you're gonna tell me what area is. Eleanor. Area equals length times. Yep. Area equals length times width. Okay, so we have 14 feet by 12 feet. Area is the key word. Okay, so if we have a piece of wood that is 14 by 12, we have to do what? Preston, what do we have to do? Multiply. Okay, so let's see if you guys got this right. 14 times 12. 4 times 2 is, look out. 2 times 1 is?
1.
2. I have to put a 0 under the ones place because we're now doing the tens, right? 1 times 4 is? 4. Is 8, 4 plus 2 is 6, 168. Wait, is that the correct answer?
No.
What am I missing? have to add that label.
I got it correct.
I already said yes. Oh, okay, wait one at a time, okay? So, Preston, just wait for Eleanor, and then it's okay to go first. Alrighty. What is the perimeter of a piece of wood that is 14 by 12? Access prior knowledge. Look at your math books. Get your notes out. Do you remember what? It is not the same thing. We're looking. Last time we looked for area. What are we looking for this time?
Perimeter.
Yeah. Perimeter. You got to tune into those key words. Okay. So go ahead and start writing out the problem. Perimeter. Okay, who is talking? Oh, all right. Okay, I get it. Thank you. Keep working. You're not gonna be quiet. You're close. You're on the right track, but you're missing one step. Oops, you dropped your compartment. Okay, now you slow. Nope, you're also missing one step. Where's yours? Here's your. Wait. No. So you guys are close. So what? Most of you remembered that perimeter means you have to add. But here's the thing. So here's the key word. We're figuring out perimeter. Okay. We have 14 by 12. Okay. Now look here. The perimeter is the outside. So if one side is 14, what is the other side?
14.
If the bottom is 12, what is the top?
12.
12 plus 12. And 14 plus 14. Do you see the mistake? Plus 28. The answer is 52 feet. Okay, I want you to whisper to your group. What is it that you made a mistake on? What do you need to remember when you're airing? So you didn't tell anyone. You did. You did. What was your mistake? Right, you forgot to close. Okay, come back to me. 1 0. Good job, you guys. Okay, so the mistake. Who can raise their hand and tell me the common mistake? Okay, Serena, what is the common mistake?
I forgot that we had to add both of the sides. I
That's
thought it
right.
was just 14 plus 12.
And because it takes guts to say what the mistake was, point for Hufflepuff, and also there was a point for Gryffindor before that. Mackenzie, well, we have a lot of minutes.
I thought because I got something.
Did you guys hear that? Mackenzie said that she got it right at first, at the very beginning, because she backed up and she used prior knowledge. She was like, wait a minute, what do we do with this? And so because she accessed that from what we had learned in previous lessons, she was able to avoid making that common mistake. So that's very good. George.
This is also having to remember to add both sides because there's two ERs in perimeter. So you can you have to add 14 plus 14.
Okay, let me highlight that. I like that. So this is a trick that George is saying that can help you to remember to add both sides. Do you see how there's an ER here and an ER at the end? There's two sets of ER, so that can help you to remember, two sets of sides. For perimeter, you see the trick?
Yeah.
That's a very good trick, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Okay, Nicole, and then we'll go around.
When I was trying to figure out the problem, I almost did 14 plus 12.
Right.
14 6, and I was like, I think that's wrong. And then I started thinking about doing this, and I saw the 2 ERs too.
As well.
And I was
Nice.
like, oh, so I can plus 14 plus 14 and 12 plus 12, and I got 15.
Very good, thank you. Eldon,
I think division.
you did division, which you're probably thinking of area and doing the reverse of that, right? Thank you for admitting that. I appreciate, this is really helpful because when we can talk about these, we're all learning because you're probably not the only one who did that. Preston.
Me and Sunita did the exact same mistake. So much fun.
Yeah, it was a common
I
mistake.
didn't
It
think
was a common
that
mistake.
mistake. I was like, about.
All right, moving on with the lesson. Okay, review, area. Whisper to your group. The area is measuring the, what is the formula? Whisper, what is the formula for area? What is the formula for area? Area equals what? Good, okay, come back to me. Area equals length times width. Did you guys remember that? Did you get it? Okay, perimeter. The distance around the, whisper to your groups. How do you figure out the perimeter? Add what? Okay, now I want you to look at this for a minute. George. After this, you can get some ice, okay? All right, we're gonna look at this. We definitely need our thinking brains for this. So everyone needs to be sitting up straight. No slouching over, because then your brain's slouching over. Sitting up straight. No, still straight. Getting straight up. Nope. There you go, that's better. No, you have to hold it. Okay, Giddy's Playhouse needs new carpet. Use the floor plan as a playhouse to determine how many square yards of carpets they need to purchase. Do you guys notice a problem with what's the problem? Can we just solve this easily?
No.
Ellen. Hold on, some people are whispering while you're talking, so I can't hear you. Go.
It's not a rectangle, it has 2 extras.
Exactly. It's not a perfect rectangle. It's got this little extra multi-part here. So this is how we're going to solve this. So far, we only know how to find the area of rectangles. Do you think we could break this shape into 2 rectangles? Can we do that? Let's look at this. If we separate the entrance, so here's the entrance and this is the play area. From the play area, we actually have 2 rectangles. This one's kind of like a square. Okay, it is a rectangle. Now, let's find the area of the playroom first. We know that the total side here is 10 yards. This side over here is 9 yards, and this side is 8 yards. So the area is length times width. So we're going to do 9 times 8. Okay, area equals 9 yards times 8 yards, which is 72 square yards. But that's only this part, right, Preston? We figured out this area. We still have to figure out the entrance here. Now, we need to find the area of the entrance. But we only know one side. We know that this side is 6 yards. We need this little itty bitty side. How can we figure that out? Any ideas?
Measure it.
You can't really measure it on the paper because it's representing yards. But look at the picture. You have all the information on the picture. Sweet.
You could divide.
Divide.
I don't know.
No, that's not probably okay. You're almost out, George. What can we do? No, don't just tell me.
Since there's 10 yards all the way, you could, that's 1 yard because 9. You could use 1 yard, times 1 yard, times 6 yards is that.
You're on the right track. Listen. Okay. Area equals length times width. We have 6 and we have W. But look over here. We know from the top, tippy top over here, all the way to the bottom is 10 yards. And over here, this is 9 yards. So what's this little speedy spot going to be? George said 1 yard. How did he get 1 yard? We do 10 what, Mackenzie?
10 minus 9.
Right, so we take 10 minus 9, and that will give us this one little spot right here. Which means, now we can do our formula. 6 times 1 is what? 6. Okay, so if the entrance is 6 square yards, and the playroom is 72 square yards, now what do we have to do? Parker got it. We have to add the 2 together.
It's 78.
78. Good job. Here's a level 2 for this question. You guys ready for the next level? Giddy's Playhouse also needs new baseboards trimmed around the room. That's going to be perimeter because it's the outside edge. Okay, the baseboard goes on the bottom of each wall. How many yards of baseboard would there need? I want you to think about this for a minute. Talk about it in your groups. What do you have to do to figure out perimeter for this? What numbers do you have to add? Go ahead and discuss it. Everyone should be talking. Talk to each other. What do you think you have to do for perimeter? Say, for perimeter you have to what? You have to add what? All the sides. So how many sides are there? More than 4. There's 8 sides. Okay, waterfall. One, two, three, eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on me.
Straight, strengthening that back, strengthening the stomach, pulling it in. Okay, very good. Perimeter means you have to do what, Ryan? You have to do what to find the perimeter? Add or multiply? That's area. Add. You add all the what? You add each side. Each side. So when you're looking at this, let me see what it tells you. Okay, pay close attention. You guys are going to do each of this for an exit ticket today, and we're going to work on this at the table. Okay, here is one side, 6 yards. So we're going to do 6 plus one side. How much is this over here? What side? What is this? 1. Go ahead and write this down. 6 plus 1. Okay, let's do this side over here. There's another 1. 1. We need to figure this side out. If this total is 8 yards, then these two are going to be what?
1 yard.
Why do you say 1? You are correct. It is 1, Preston.
Because we're just doing the exact same thing on the other side, though.
Yeah, we're going to take this 8.
9 from 10.
Yeah, no, you're going to take 8 from 6, which is 2, but there's 2 sides. So each one of them is going to be 1 yard each.
Oh, so then you
Yep.
take
So we have 2 more 1 yards. So 1 plus 1, 4 of those. Okay, so we did these, marking those off. Now let's do this side. That's 9 yards. Now we got to do this side, 8 yards. And the last but not least, this one, which we figured was also 9 yards. Okay, let me see if you guys can figure all that out. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys the answer in about 15 seconds. Write it down. Okay, do you know how I figured out how to do it really fast? I did groups of 10. That's 10. 9 plus 1 is also 10, so that's 2 groups of 10s. 8 plus 2 is 10, so that's 30. And then there's 6 more. The answer is 36.
I got it correct.
But I'm missing something. 36 what? Well, actually, we're looking for baseboard, which is in yards. Yep, it's in yards.
I said that in my head.
takeaways. What we need to remember with perimeter is you have to add up all the sides. In rectilinear shapes where you have to split it, you have to add even these little parts. You have to add every single side. When you're doing area, you need to break it up into 2 separate rectangles. All right, let's practice and do our centers, and then we're going to come back for our exit ticket. Okay, so quick review on our rules with the centers. Sometimes we get a little too. Yesterday was the best day ever. I want to do that again. You guys are really, really good. When we go to our centers, you need to transition with 0 talking. That means you're not going to whisper to your friends. You're not going to sit right next to your friends. You're doing independent centers all by yourself. The only exception is math with someone. And math with someone has to be super quiet. If you're at the teacher table, do you get to talk? No, only if you have a question and then in a whisper voice. Because it's hard to do math when everyone's talking. Okay, let's see how well we can do this. So Elder, only doing that during RTI. You can do it now. You have to do that during RTI. Right now it's math time, okay? You can do it in the computer. Okay. Let me see here. So we are doing our math center. Trying to reverse it for you. I can't figure out how to do that. I'll just turn it around. So for math center, students do independent math, and then they do meet the teacher time, and they also do math fact fluency and computer time. So you'll see some students go around and they'll get out their computers, and they can find different spots. This will be our meet the teacher table. You can smile. We have our individual centers packets that they do. So they work on a little booklet, and they have different tasks that they have to do. We have math with someone friends, and they'll do a math fluency game, and then we'll come back and we'll finish with an exit ticket, and that's our math.